More than 70 employees at the Westville Hospital in the northwest haven't received their salaries for 4 months. Management has confirmed that the mining hospital isn't paying pensions and SARS contributions either. That's despite the deductions reflecting on their payslips. ENCA's Aviwe Mtila has more.
These employees are fighting for their rights.
We haven't been paid for the last 4 months, although every month we got the pay slips with all the deductions that they purport to make on our behalf. They are not registered with pension fund. They are not even registered with SARS. We are out of medical aid. We were taken off medical aid because of non-employer contributions.
Workers are crying fraud, while the hospital says the situation isn't a secret.
The owners understand it, he knows about it, and then even the UIF Department of Labor did come here about 2 or 3 times, to take statements, to do some investigations.
Padiso Clinics took over the Westville Hospital in October last year. One executive is shifting the blame onto JM Capital Africa, which was supposed to be in charge of payments.
JMCA was supposed to give all the finances and funding, and 6 weeks after this project was taken over, JMCA just disappeared. They completely disappeared off the map. Nobody knows where they are.
Union representatives are fuming.
We are sick and tired with the fly-by-nights of the companies who don't want to pay the employees, while the employees are wake up on daily basis, come at work, but at the end of the day they get nothing.
While employees are demanding their salaries for the last 4 months, the owner's license to operate the hospital expires at the end of this month. Aviwe Mtila, Orkney Northwest.
Early childhood development is in crisis. That's the word from the city of Johannesburg after it shut down 2 illegal childcare centres. Several provincial departments raided preschools in Sophiatown this week. The operation follows the deaths of 2 children at an unregistered creche in the area, apparently after they ingested rat poison. Yanka Tolme has more.
Children are being put in illegal care centres in Johannesburg while parents are at work. This creche, with about 42 children in its care, was one of 2 that's been shut down. That's until they meet all the required regulations. The owner says they've been working towards 100% compliance. But a number of boxes are yet to be ticked.
During this time, some of the stuff that were not compliant, did you feel that any of the kids were at any point unsafe here?
I don't know what to say. Not really. We try to make sure that all the kids are safe and well protected.
Another creche was also issued with a notice of closure, while at least 3 more have been instructed to take urgent steps. That's because of overcrowding, a lack of basic fire safety measures, as well as zoning issues. And the city is worried.
There is an ECD crisis in the country. The fact that the government is not offering early childhood development the same way that we do with basic education is a crisis on its own. In the city of Johannesburg, there's an estimated 500,000 children that require early childhood development, and they all need to go to private ECDs to get this service.
Some are claiming they've been trying to comply but have run into obstacles.
Where exactly are you to assist us? Because we go to you guys, but you don't come back to us.
You see the government
like now,
come to you today.
No. Yes, the government came to us, but now, that's why I want to know that who do you blame?
More raids are expected. Yanka Tolme, Johannesburg.
Fast, lethally venomous and highly aggressive when threatened, the black mamba is one of the world's deadliest snakes. There's been a spike in sightings in Durban over the past 2 weeks. A local snake handler says mating season is causing the increase in mamba encounters in residential areas. So what do you do when you see one? Our reporter Mawanda Keswa went to find out.
I was just saying, what does the snake look like? What color?
Another snake spotted in a residential area. Snake handlers are working overtime as mating season sees a spike in black mamba sightings. But what should you do if you spot one?
Leave them alone. Okay, take a few steps back when you see one, move away from it. Some people will take many steps back, but never approach it, especially a Mamba.
And if this advice doesn't work for you, what's the worst that could happen?
A man had a black Mamba in his home, and he got a rake and he pinned down the Mamba. And he doesn't work with snakes, but he pinned down the head and grabbed it, but he doesn't know how to handle them. So he had this Mamba by the head, and it turned and bit him. It got one fang into him, and he ended up in hospital.
Despite their reputation, killing them should never be an option.
Black Mamba is also very important for rodent control. They do a great job at keeping the rat numbers down. So we actually do need them in our environment.
Residents are urged to contact professional snake handlers should they encounter the slippery serpent, as the mating season is expected to run until September.
Very misunderstood animal.
Mawande Keswa, Durban.
They're breaking the internet. The Ndlovu Youth Choir from Groblersdal in Limpopo has gained international fame. That's after a standing ovation at America's Got Talent. With many of the children coming from poor backgrounds, their stories have left an impression. The choir is back in South Africa, taking in well-deserved praise. Let's take a look at their performance.
Our name is the Ndlovu Youth Choir, and we're all the way from Limpopo in South Africa.
Oh, you're from South Africa. Wow. Hi. What's your name?
My name is Sandile Machola.
Is this your first time in America?
Yes, this is my first time in America. Hello, America!
The challenges these kids face, it's devastating. Many of our kids' parents have passed away.
My father passed away 2 years ago. Everything changed. It was very difficult. And I had to take care of all of us, and I used to feel like the world is closing up for me.
For us, it's not easy to dream, so I didn't like to smile. But after joining the choir, I found my voice, and it brought back the smile on my face.
So I can't wait to hear what it is you do.
Cool, thank you.
Sometimes alone in the evening, I look outside my window at the shadow in the night. I hear the sound of distant crying, the darkness multiplying, the weary hearts tonight. All I hear are the voices telling me to go, but I can never run. Oh, yeah, Africa, my African dream. Africa, dancing you tomorrow. My African dream. Africa is a dream that we can follow.
That's it for this week's edition of Week in One. I'll see you next time.